starting? Hello! Welcome to Cringeworthy and Random.
Episode 2.
Episode dos!
Dos. So, today, before all the interruptions, I have this topic I'm going to talk to him about, and it's about Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. The third book, how did you envision the
Prisoner of Azkaban!
Yeah, the Dementors coming onto the field when, there's a Quidditch match, and then the Dementors came onto the field, and how did you envision that?
Okay, so it has been a while since I have read that book.
Yeah.
I think I watched some of the movie when you guys were going through the movie. So you have been reading the books.
Yes.
You're on you finished book 4 and movie 4. So now you're on the book 5. Now it gets good. Spoilers.
Okay.
It came out a long time ago.
How?
All right, back to the question. So, I honestly don't think I remember I don't remember what I thought initially when I read that. I imagine it's probably pretty similar to the movie, but I've also probably seen the movie a couple times since reading the book, so that might have clouded my judgment. So, what was your interpretation?
What I thought was going to happen was that they were going to creep on the kind of like zombies and how they did on the train, but apparently not. Yeah. So they
It would have been creepy if they maybe had a shot at the bottom of the Quidditch match and they came out of the hallways, or they were coming down the steps, it's kind of sloped and they're coming down. That would be
creepy.
The only thing I can think of is one of the things with the Harry Potter movies is they have to cover a lot of plot, and so they might have just had to
make it.
And it also might have been more exciting if they're flying around with the Quidditch match going on at the same time.
Yeah, but wait, what if I told you that the Dementors from the movie are a lot less powerful than they are in the books?
No. I don't believe you. So what do you remember from the books?
What do you mean remember from the books?
Well, okay, so what did they say in the books? Because I don't remember. Because
I'm
old.
It doesn't say anything in the books, but you got to think about it logically.
Yes.
So Harry's up in the air in a broomstick, and I was envisioning them on the ground, just walking. But imagine if they were affecting him from all the way in the air. But when it just makes them seem a lot less powerful when they have to get this close to Harry to affect him. So
I can see that. So
big movie mistake. I think it would have.
You want them to redo the movies?
No, but
you're this is ruining it for me.
It kind of did. I mean, this is my favorite movie so far, but that moment kind of ruined it for me. I mean, it's cool watching them fly and stuff, but still, I think they would have seemed a lot powerful if they were just on the ground.
More zombie-like.
Yeah.
Now, Prisoner of Azkaban is with the Time Turner.
Yeah, the Time Turner. Getting them all
jumbled up. I watched another person's YouTube video on that movie and the director of that movie, and how there was lots of references to clocks throughout that movie. There's a lot of scenes where you're flying through the gears of a clock, and it's kind of a reoccurring theme. And so
they hint towards the end in the movies because they were oh, you guys all seen the book, so you know what's going to happen. In the 4th movie when they were always showing
spoilers
spying on them. So yeah, if you haven't read Harry Potter book 1 through 4, you will have no idea what we're talking about.
I think we're okay. It's been a while. It's been a while. But I think I've always thought of the movies kind of as Cliff Notes. Do you even know what Cliff Notes are?
No.
So Cliff Notes are if you go to a bookstore and you don't want to read a big book, they've got a summary called a Cliff Note.
Oh, on the back? Or in
No, it's like a yellow little book.
Oh.
You probably don't even go to bookstores anymore.
I don't go to bookstores.
Because of the internets.
You do all the book shopping for me for my birthday and Christmas.
That's true.
Coming up
but I also don't go to bookstore. I just buy them online. If you went to a bookstore, you would see an end cap. Do you know what an end cap is?
No.
An end cap is like a display at the end of an aisle, like at a grocery store,
Yeah.
and they have like a sale. That's an end cap. So they would have the what are we talking
Yeah,
about?
they're just
The Cliff Notes. The
summarizations.
Cliff Notes. Yeah, they'd have the Cliff Notes at the end of the aisle. And so that's what the movies are like. They're just like
Yeah.
a Cliff Note version where the book kind of expands the universe, the world building, and a lot of the story too.
But in like the first one, they didn't miss too much stuff because it's like a pretty short book.
That's true.
I mean, it goes through
They
it
get
quickly,
bigger
but
from
yeah,
the first one.
yeah, they get really big.
They
and then
decided
have
to make some money on these Harry Potter movies.
Yes, they did.
Another spoiler alert. I think something that's interesting though too is watching the movies. There'll be times where something I might not have understood in the book gets fleshed out more in the movie.
Yeah, and you get to visualize things. That's the main part of the movie. That's like the only thing I like about the movie. Not just the story, but seeing what you have read, and it's kind of just like this whole thing that happens in your head, but the books are so much better for the story. It's just, oh, I loved in the first book, it's like,
No one can see you.
remember Bo Battens?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the other school! The school with all the
Oh,
girls and their...
that was in the fourth book. Did
Yeah,
you
it was
just
in
say the first book?
book.
Oh.
I said fourth. Okay.
Well, for example, there's a scene in the seventh movie
I'm gonna leave now.
that was a lot clearer in the movie than when I read in the book. I'm like, what is going on?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler! Actually, that's like all the time in Harry Potter because you're like, da-da-da, da-da-da, and then all these wands go crazy, and like that moment when they
You keep leaving.
you
You're
know
leaving
that?
me alone.
Stop! That moment in the fourth book/movie when they're like when Hermione, Ron, and Harry get surrounded by the Ministry, and they because they thought they set off the Dark Mark, and then oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. And was a lot more clear in my head. Yeah, actually, I'm only hyper like this when I'm tired. I'm really tired.
All right, well, that should wrap it up.
Yeah. How long?
So,
a lot shorter than our last video, so we stayed more on topic. Great.
good job being random. Was I appropriately cringeworthy?
Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So
subscribe. So click and like.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other
And
channels
comment.
and other videos up here, and there should be the
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Goodbye.